Welcome to the future, or at least the future as envisioned by a man who thinks we'd all be happier living in a pressurized tube on Mars. This is the Tesla Model Y. It is currently the best-selling vehicle on the planet, which is a staggering achievement considering it has the external styling of a well-used bar of soap. It is the ultimate appliance. It doesn't leak, it doesn't roar, and it doesn't have character, which, as we all know, is just a polite word for a car that breaks down on a Tuesday. But let's get into the provocative reality of this machine. If you've spent your life in German saloons, the Model Y interior is going to feel like you've been evicted from your house and forced to live in a Zen garden. There are no buttons. None, not a single tactile switch to be found. Tesla has decided that physical buttons are a legacy problem. Want to open the glove box? Use the screen. Want to adjust your wing mirrors? Menu, tap, scroll wheel. It's like trying to play a game of Operation while doing 70 on the motorway. They call it minimalism. I call it cost-cutting disguised as innovation. Technically, however, the Model Y is a masterclass in structural efficiency. Most cars are built by welding hundreds of tiny pieces of metal together like a giant, expensive jigsaw puzzle. Tesla uses Giga Castings, massive single-piece rear and front subframes. It's the closest thing to a Matchbox car ever produced for adults. This makes the chassis incredibly rigid. When you throw this thing into a corner, it doesn't lean, it just pivots. It has a center of gravity lower than a politician's standards because the battery pack is effectively a massive heavy floorboard. From a physics standpoint, it's brilliant. From a soul standpoint, it's about as emotional as a high-speed elevator. Now let's talk about the panel gap controversy. If you're a precision person, a Tesla might give you a facial twitch. You'll find a shut line on the boot that looks like it was measured with a ruler, while the other side looks like it was measured with a shrug. It doesn't affect the aerodynamics, but it does suggest that Tesla views build quality as a suggestion rather than a requirement. They are a software company that learned to build cars, and it shows. The software is 5 years ahead of everyone else, and the upholstery is, well, it's vegan leather, which is just a fancy way of saying, I can't believe it's not plastic. It's durable, yes, but it has the breathability of a bin bag in mid-July. The Autopilot is the most contentious bit of kit on the market. It is not a self-driving system, despite the name suggesting otherwise. It is a very fancy, very capable suite of cameras that interpret the world through vision. It removed the radar and the ultrasonic sensors because Elon Musk decided that if humans can drive with 2 eyes, a car can drive with 8 cameras. The result? It's an exceptional long-distance companion on a clear motorway, but it's occasionally terrified of shadows under bridges. It will phantom brake because it thinks a dark patch of tarmac is a brick wall. It's like driving with a very intelligent, very paranoid teenager. Maintenance, however, is where the Model Y wins the argument. In a traditional car, the 60,000-mile mark is when the check engine light starts its residency on your dashboard. You're looking at timing belts, spark plugs, and gearbox flushes. In the Model Y, nothing. There is no oil to change. There are no valves to adjust. The brakes last forever because the motors do all the stopping through regenerative braking. You basically just need to worry about the tires and the cabin air filter. For anyone who's tired of being upsold a carbon clean and a new set of wipers every time they visit a dealership, the Model Y is a massive silent middle finger to the traditional service department. But then there's the charging reality. Tesla's Supercharger network is the only reason this car is a global success. While other EV owners are standing in the rain at a service station fighting with a third-party charger that won't accept their credit card, the Tesla owner just plugs in and walks away. It's plug and play in its purest form. It's the walled garden of the automotive world. You're trapped in Tesla's ecosystem, but honestly, it's a very nice garden to be trapped in. So, what is the stance? The Model Y is a brilliant piece of industrial design, but it's a terrible car in the traditional sense. It lacks the tactile feedback, the mechanical theater, and the precision assembly of a Mercedes or a BMW. But as a tool for modern transit, it's unbeatable. It is fast, it is safe, and it is remarkably efficient. It's the future, whether you like touchscreens or not. It's a car for people who have realized that driving is mostly a chore, and they'd rather have a machine that does the housework for them. Just keep a microfiber cloth in the door pocket, because in a world of touchscreens, fingerprints are the new oil leaks. Every time you want to defrost the screen or change the radio station, you're leaving a greasy smudge on the brain of the car. It's a small price to pay for never having to visit a petrol station again, but for those of us who appreciate a well-placed button, it's a constant battle for our sanity. Subscribe if you want the truth about cars that are too smart for their own good. Or don't. I'm going to find a car with a physical volume knob just so I can feel like I'm still the one in charge. See you in the next one.